Salute Raider Nation. Primos are back. Let's get it. Salute to the nation. Welcome to the Raiders Primos podcast. We have on today my primo Chippy. We will expect Nate. He's doing something right now, but he did say if we are still live, he will try to hop on. But we got my primo Chippy here with us tonight, and we're going to be diving into the 2-7 start, the quarterback situation, everything that has transpired Raiders this season. It is not the season that we have been expecting, honestly, but there have been a lot of bad spots. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly today. But JP, I know I got you late, but how you feeling, man?
No, it's not the year we expected from our team, but hopefully we can improve on it next year. That's all I've been thinking.
Oh, bro, that's how I've been thinking about it. And a lot of people, I've been coming on our shows and I've been saying that, at this point, you're 2-7. You might as well just lose out. I know a lot of people do not like the word tank. They don't like thinking about losing out. But we missed out every single time on whether it was quarterbacks. We missed out on Nick Bosa back in 2018. We won a meaningless game against the Arizona Cardinals that pushed us back out of the running for Queenan Williams or Nick Bosa. We needed a defensive lineman. We went out and drafted Cleveland Farrell. And then last year, we won a bunch of games, put us at 13, and we missed out on our quarterback in Jaden Daniels, at one point we did hold a top 5 pick. We could have been in there had we continued to lose out. Same the year prior, getting a CJ Stroud, you wouldn't even have talks of trading CJ Stroud because you were at 2-7, same predicament the Raiders are in now. 2-7, you hold the second overall pick, you end up winning like 4 games. And then you miss out and you draft Tyree Wilson at 7.
Yeah.
I've been saying you need to lose out. You need to lock up that pick, and you cannot miss on a quarterback this draft.
What I see in it, though, is Raiders, it doesn't seem like we lose out because we just have that winning mentality. Like, if you can win, you win. So I feel like our team just won't end up losing out because that's just how our team's culture is.
And I understand that and I get that. I think it's not, we don't even have to tank, per se. We don't even have to, say, okay, let's lose out, let's tank. I don't even think that. I think our team is just that bad right now. That any team we go up to, Miami, that's who we have after the bye week. I think that could be a loss going into Miami. And then after that, I believe if I see here, after that, we have the Denver Broncos coming into Allegiant. That could be a loss. You got the Chiefs and then Buccaneers. Like, as the schedule just looks to finish off, it looks like we're just going to be taking L's. Maybe Jacksonville.
Yeah, we might beat Jacksonville and New Orleans.
Maybe Jacksonville, maybe New Orleans. But even then, look at the other bad teams that is around the league. It's a lot of bad teams. We're 2-7, and we're at number 6 or 7, I believe, in the draft order.
We're 6.
We could win one more game and we can fall out. We could go to 10, we can go to 11, just because of how many bad teams there is. But yeah, let me get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think we've already shown that we're not like there's some bad teams like the Panthers, but we already showed that we're worse than them. We got destroyed by them. So I mean, I see where you're coming from. Like, if they keep on winning, we can move up in our picks if we keep on losing, and we can secure the quarterback that we want to get for our future.
And that's what it comes down to. And let's tie into something that happened a little bit of last week, earlier this week, going into the bye week, and even after the game on Sunday. After the game on Sunday against the Bengals, the Raiders, they were switching it up on the offensive side of the football, coaching wise. This is coming from abcnews.com. The slumping Raiders fired offensive coordinator Luke Getsy as part of an offensive coaching staff shakeup Sunday night, less than a year after Las Vegas hired him. Quarterbacks coach Rick Scangarello and offensive line coach James Craig also were let go, but also were on the job less than a year. The moves come on the same day the Raiders lost 41-24 at Cincinnati, their fifth defeat in a row, to fall to 2-7 on the year. Chippy, you messaged me that you had a lot to say about the firings of Luke Getsy and the quarterback coach and James Craig. Bro, sound off. The floor is yours.
We really, right when I saw that hire, I'm like, what are we doing? He couldn't make Justin Fields work. I mean, Justin Fields worked in Pittsburgh. They just benched him for Russell Wilson. But that's a great veteran that makes that's a good bench. But we hired a coach that hasn't even proven himself, and then we threw in a backup veteran pretty much his whole career. He's like a journeyman QB. He just gets thrown in there, which was also, I feel like, a terrible signing. And I feel like our QB coach, he just couldn't develop our team enough. Like AOC, it seemed like he barely developed from last year. He was doing the same thing when he was in the game. So I mean, hopefully Desmond Ridder will step up, because I feel like that we should bench Minshew and start Ridder and have him work with the QB coach and have their like a bond together with them.
And you can't get worse at this point either. I mean, a lot of people saying, well, Ridder sucks. But bro, you can't get worse at this point. Yeah. You're already losing with Minshew. You might as well see what you got in Desmond Ridder. And could he possibly be a backup? Could he possibly be, fighting for a quarterback? Well, he's only 25 years old. He could possibly, you draft you draft Shador, or you draft. I'm cool with having Shador being on the bench and learning from Desmond Ridder, or just learning with his own eyes on the sideline, not getting hit, on the field and losing confidence. Because honestly, I think that's what happened to Gardner Minshew. Came here, probably confidence was up high, and we just shot that down. I do not want to do that to Shador Sanders, Cam Ward, whatever quarterback we are going to be running out there next season. I do not want their confidence to be shot. But I agree. I think we had a show on this of what went wrong with the Raiders. What went wrong is when you hired Luke Getsy. Like, let's be real. Yeah. Like, right when you hired him, your season was already going to be down.
Teams already know what's coming.
And I told Nate, I was trying to drink the Kool-Aid. I was trying to be optimistic. Why? Because this is my team. We root for this team. Yeah. They do good. Like, the coaches do well. If the quarterback does well, then the Raiders will do well. But of course, reality was like Gardner Minshew with Luke Getsy. That is just going to be a recipe for disaster. But let's hope that we can roll into the season, get onto a fast start. Against the Chargers, it looked ugly. The offense looked like they were not in gel with each other, and that's what we thought. It's week one. They got to get the jitters out. Week two comes. They go into Baltimore against a Baltimore team that lost against Kansas City. They beat Baltimore, and you're just thinking, okay, like, this is the Raiders we were expecting. Like, we ride on this defense, and the offense just needs to do just enough to get the win. And then I think week three for me, and I went to that game. I will say it. I will keep saying why, because I went to that game, and this is why I say this next statement. Week three is where the season ended.
Yeah.
Week three is where the season ended. There are so many Raider fans that went to Vegas. Mark Davis can't say a word about us selling out Allegiant Stadium, us being in Vegas, us representing, because Raider fans showed up in Las Vegas week three just for us to get blown out by the Panthers. And you can't sell that. No. You cannot sell, hey, come back, that loss against the Panthers was a fluke. They beat a Browns team that, was really injured. And then, that was our last win, was against the Cleveland Browns.
I'm going to go next door.
And I think week three is where the season ended. You get blown out by a Panthers team that had the number one pick in back-to-back seasons, I believe, or last season, and by an Andy Dalton who's been a journeyman.
They're benching the rookie quarterback, their star rookie quarterback.
And we got the man in the building. What's going on, Raider Nate?
Hey, man.
Yeah. What's going on, bro?
Yeah. This is my phone.
We're just talking about the Luke Getsy firing. We're going to weekend review. Chippy's giving his thoughts on the Luke Getsy firing. Terrible, terrible hiring in the first place. But let's move on, you guys. Now the Raiders are in the headlines, but for the wrong reasons. As always, Michael Lombardi just wants to throw the Raiders under the bus, especially Mark Davis. This is coming from sportskita.com. Former Cleveland Browns general manager Michael Lombardi called Las Vegas Raiders owner Mark Davis irrational after a series of decisions regarding the coaching staff. As part of their plans to revamp the offense, they signed Norv Turner, a longtime head coach and offensive coordinator in the NFL, to join the staff as a senior advisor. During Thursday's edition of the Pat McAfee Show, former Indianapolis Colts coach Chuck Pagano asked Lombardi about the recent Raiders move. The former executive didn't mince words as he said that they have an identity problem, not a quarterback issue. Mark has been very irrational, Lombardi said. He's made very quick decisions, and he's fallen in love. He's listened to a lot of the wrong people. I think, to me, I'm not sure he has enough confidence in listening to the right people. They got worse since the year had begun. Defensively, they haven't been anywhere they were last year. So, I think Antonio Pierce is grasping for straws here at this point, because how he has made the team better from a year ago when he took over as the interim coach, I think that's the real challenge in this offseason. Now he's talking about maybe starting Desmond Ridder at quarterback. I think they have more of an offensive problem than just a quarterback problem. I mean, he is a mental wrong. He's not, but it's like, you hear that and it's like, he's not wrong. I mean, we said, and I've said it, us drafting a first-round quarterback, it's only part of the solution. It's not the main solution, and it's not what's going to automatically flip a switch and get us into the playoffs. No, there's other things that we have to address on this football team. And I do agree with that. I think Mark Davis is listening to the right people.
This is fine.
But isn't that why you bring in a Tom Brady, though?
Yeah, because he knows how to work with football players. Mark Davis is just there. He's rich. To be honest, he owns the team because his dad used to own the team. That's really
real.
Why. He doesn't know what he's doing. He owns.
He's a good businessman. I mean, let's not act like he's not a good businessman. Taking the Raiders from Oakland to Vegas, I know it sucks for us as fans, but business wise, it's putting money in his pockets and it's making the Raiders very, very valuable. But it's more of an offensive issue. And I agree. I've even said that with Luke Getsy, you firing the quarterback coach, you're firing James Craig. That's only part of the problem. Now you have to go back and address the offensive coordinator, address that issue. But that's only part of the problem. The offense as a whole has more issues from top to bottom. You need a wide receiver one, you need a running back, you need an offensive line to get revamped, you need a quarterback, and you need a new OC. You have many more issues than just a quarterback. So I don't think he's wrong at all in this sense. Nate, what's your thoughts on that, bro?
Man, you've heard me go for his head like a couple times already. I just don't like Mike Davis just because he's over here just hiring because of experience and not what it takes to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, with the McDaniels thing, only because he had success with Brady, that boy did not do shit, man. It was Tom Brady's system, bro. Instead of going for the good options in that time being, but I mean, and then also I don't know. Ever since we came to Vegas, man, it's not the same, and he knows it, but he gonna act like it's not. It's still the same. You know what I'm saying? Bro. And he's over here in the Vegas Aces ring, celebrating about the Aces. You know what I'm saying? Man, what the hell, man?
I mean, why wouldn't he? I mean, the Aces are making him so much money, so you can't even, you can't even complain about that. AJ says Shador. We're gonna get into that. AJ, stay tuned for that. We are gonna talk college quarterbacks. Moving on, and Chippy brought this up. We were talking about it prior to the show. And I'm just finding this out that a Ravens 36 million playmaker could leave Baltimore for the Raiders. This is coming from sportingnews.com. The 2024 season hasn't gone the Las Vegas Raiders' way, as the team is 2-7 and tied for the worst record in the league. Antonio Pierce's squad has lost 5 consecutive games after a 2-2 start and has yet to score 30 points in any contest. With the Raiders season dead in the water, the franchise is entering one of the biggest off seasons in team history. Though the quarterback position will be the storyline of the offseason and desperately needs an upgrade, the wide receiver room could also be an area of focus. The Devontae Adams trade has left a massive void at the position for the Raiders, as the team doesn't have a reliable wide receiver one. The free agency market is filled with exciting talent at receiver, but Bleachers Report Christopher Knox believes the Raiders could be in the market for newly acquired Baltimore Ravens wide receiver Deontay Johnson. Johnson is still young enough to warrant a multi-year
This is old
free
news.
deal, and he should be one of the 2 top pass catchers available. The Raiders, who traded Devontae Adams a few weeks ago, could be interested in a veteran like Johnson. The Raiders presumably will be looking to develop a new quarterback in 2025. If Johnson's contract demands aren't absurd, Las Vegas should pursue the former Pro Bowler. The former third-round pick has posted 2 seasons with 80 receptions and had a career-high 107 catches and 1,161 yards in 2021. Johnson was traded to the Ravens on the 29th of October, but hasn't been an integral part of Baltimore's offense through 2 games. And Chippy, you like I said, you gave me this news of Deontay Johnson possibly being a name the Raiders are interested in free agency for a wide receiver. Give me your thoughts on that news or the rumors of that happening.
I feel like that's what we need. I mean, of course, we need a quarterback and a running back. I feel more than a wide receiver, but we need a true wide receiver one because Jacoby Myers is good, but you saw even on the Patriots when he was a wide receiver one, he didn't put up numbers like a wide receiver one. But that's just in my opinion. And like he was talking about, we need a veteran, somebody that can help develop the young guys because we have young guys, Trey Tucker, DJ Turner. We have some rookie that just got called up from the practice squad. People are saying he's going to be pretty good too. So I feel like veteran presence in the wide receiver room will help a lot.
Nate, what's your thoughts on Deontay Johnson possibly becoming a Raider for 2025?
Yeah, like he says, like it's like one of those things. Like I don't know. It's a good Band-Aid, but it's in Band-Aid. But I swear I thought his like prime days was with like the Panthers. No, not the Steelers. But I might be tripping.
Steelers. You're thinking the Steelers.
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
thought didn't he get like drafted by the
Yeah, he was
Panthers?
a 3rd-round pick with the Steelers. I think it was it the Steelers?
No, I'm thinking Panthers, bro.
No, it was with the Steelers, right?
Am I tripping?
I think we both tripping.
But I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. It's just like the draft can't come fast enough, with all these like I don't know, some of these guys that we kind of have just let go by and like they could be such a good like duo with the new quarterback like Sanders. It's just like you have to pick the right one for his scheme. I guess if they're interested, they probably know he would be good in the Sanders type of offense. You probably know like more better of a Sanders type of offense than I do, but I mean, do you feel like he would be like good in like terms of like play style?
I think he got drafted to Pittsburgh, and he was the number 1 target for Ben Roethlisberger before bouncing, and then here's the thing. I'm taking a great quarterback over great wide receivers any day. If Deontay Johnson been great? By any means, no, he has not. But is he a scrub? No, he has not. He has put up numbers in this league. He's a very physical wide receiver, and he will win most of those 50-50.
He's like
really give confidence to a rookie quarterback. I would like to give a Deontay Johnson a chance. Just like the Raiders fan said here, possibly T. Higgins, rather get T. Higgins or draft a wide receiver. than Deontay Johnson. I mean, what are you guys thinking about that? Possibly getting a T. Higgins or even drafting a wide receiver over signing a Deontay Johnson?
I mean,
It's the same damn thing, man.
T. Higgins would be a good little pickup, but
Is T. Higgins really a number one though?
I mean,
Yeah, I've never seen him be a number one.
we've never seen him be a number
Yeah.
one, but he can make impact as a number one. He makes a lot of impact as a number two. I mean, Bengals
I feel like he would be actually
different without
under.
him.
I feel like if we still have Myers, then he would actually be a wide receiver 2 under Myers.
I think Deontay Johnson's been the wide receiver 1 before.
Well, I'm talking about T. Higgins.
Well, no, but I'm saying like with T. Higgins, like the thing is we've never seen him as a wide receiver 1. With Deontay Johnson, you've seen that with Pittsburgh. You know Deontay Johnson can carry that weight as a wide receiver 1. But that was a good comment, that Raiders fan. He also said many bad teams desperate for a quarterback just like us. Sanders and his camp can pull the strings and decide where to go. Vegas makes the most sense for many reasons. But yeah, hey, we're gonna get into that Raiders fan. Stay tuned for that. But also in Raiders news, Max Crosby got hit with an $11,000 fine for a late hit on Joe Burrow.
Bruh.
And always, finding people trying to make it. They're not fun league. That's what they're not. That's what they are. They're not fun league. But yeah, he got hit with a $17,000 fine for a late hit. But in other news regarding our superstar with Max Crosby, this also came out from sportingnews.com. The Raiders players aired grievances in team meeting that ended uncomfortably. The Las Vegas Raiders are in midst of their bye week following the 2-7 start. The Raiders fired 3 coaches in OC Lou Getty, offensive line coach James Craig, and quarterbacks coach Rick Scangarello. Taking Getsy's place is passing game coordinator Scott Turner, who will be joined by his father and former Raiders coach Norv Turner as an offensive consultant. But more than just coaching staff changes happened this week. According to CBS Sports, Jonathan Jones, Raiders players, including Max Crosby, and coaches held a team meeting to air grievances on Monday, and the meeting reported ended uncomfortably. Among the grievances from Raiders players was an inefficient schedule, of lack of organization, and a lack of discipline and accountability. After Monday's coaches meeting, the team met with the staff and the floor was open for anyone to speak their mind, Jones reported. According to sources present, a few themes emerged. Players had issues with the schedule not being efficient. There was a lack of organization and wasting time, and there was a lack of discipline and accountability. One source described the meeting as ending uncomfortably for all parties. But to be sure, this meeting was nothing like one between the players and head coach from almost exactly a year ago, Jones added. The meeting Jones mentioned was the disastrous one held by former head coach Josh McDaniels last year. McDaniels allowed players to speak their minds, and he was ripped into, which ultimately led to his firing. When it comes to the issues brought up by players, the buck stops with Pierce, and this is yet another stain on his first season as a full-time head coach. Hearing that, you guys, makes me kind of uncomfortable because I'm thinking that they can get through this 2-7 season, and a lot of people will see, hey, we're going to locate our quarterback. Telesco's going to build us up in free agency, but it seems these players, they're not bought in. I mean, that's what I'm getting out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, and then my thing is this. That Raiders fan asked it. How many player meetings have the Raiders had since last season? It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. I mean, that's like our 4th or 5th players meeting since last year.
Like bro,
when are these player meetings going to stop? Because obviously nothing's changing.
Bro, as a player, I wouldn't care either. Like honestly, I would want out, bro. I would want out. And I wouldn't blame any of our players if they went out because weren't we literally in the exact same situation last year, bro? Talk about, we're gonna get our QB. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We fired our terrible head coach, fired whoever was bad. Just wait till next year and get our quarterback, hire AP. Let's get it rolling. Now we're in that same ass thing, bro.
They're going into next season too. I mean, Chippy, You hear an article say it was uncomfortable for both parties. Give me your thoughts, man, on the players' meeting that the Raiders had.
I mean, look, it's not a good look for anybody, the players, the coaches, because that just shows that we're not on the same page, or they're not on the same page, and that means that they're not going to go out and give it their all, and they don't really know what their program is. They don't have an identity. That's what pretty much that means.
Michael Lombardi was saying they're kind of proving Michael Lombardi right with this player meeting.
Yeah.
And salute to Elite guys, salute to Orlando for pulling up. You guys, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and also hit that bell so you guys are not missing anything Raiders Primos related. We have our socials down at the bottom if you guys want to stay in contact with on IG, on X or Twitter for anything that we have got live going on. We are going to try to go live either on Instagram or Twitter. Got to start figuring how to do that. So if you guys are on Twitter or on Instagram, spread the link around. People can watch on Twitter. People can watch on Instagram. I also post the links on those apps so you guys can come and join us on YouTube. But Orlando said here, I'm surprised that no fights have happened. And I don't think fights will ever happen. These are grown men. These are, they're millionaires. So I think they're still going to have respect for each other. But I think the words did come out.
Yeah.
For me, you said, Chippy, it's not a good look for anyone. It's not a good look for Antonio Pierce. Like, this is your first year as a coach, and you're already in the Josh McDaniels type of tree, as you already got players meetings happening, and they're not happy. And it's like you said, there's a miscommunication. There's no identity with this football team. What annoys me, though, when it comes to Antonio Pierce is his pressers. His press conferences is, I got to see the film. I got to see what's going on. It's like, bro, you're 9 weeks deep and you don't know, you have no idea what the problem is. You have no idea what the problem is. And it's like, that frustrates me as a fan. It's like, my head coach literally has no idea how to run this team. And the thing is, can you beat him up on it? He's never had experience. So he's learning on the fly how to be a head coach.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, give me your thoughts on that, Nate or Chippy, whichever you guys want to go.
With like they have the players at this point realize that we have no plan going forward. We don't know if AP's staying or not, so his plans might not mean anything. And then, like I said, drafting a QB or anything, like, what if we do get a head coach and they're like, you know what? No quarterback for you. We're going to go get another lineman, chat. And it's like, at this point, it's like, as a player, it's like, why am I even like wasting time on here on this team with, just rotating reverse card, head coaches and defensive coordinators and offensive coordinators. And it's like, it's like a headache, bro. It's a bad headache right now. So
that Raiders fan points out, and then we'll get your thoughts on this, Chippy. I wonder if AP were to get fired, Crosby and others will be in their feelings and want out. If so, kick rocks. Chippy, talk about that. How would you feel if AP did get fired, which I think he possibly could? I think it's still on the table. If players like Crosby and others were like in their feelings and possibly holding out or whatever the case may be.
I feel like AP, they all push for him to get hired. So I feel like he should get like a sure shot, a good chance. I mean, he came in, they didn't get the QB that he wanted. He wanted Jaden Daniels. He expressed that a lot. So did Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels wanted to come here. And maybe if we got Jaden Daniels, we would have had Cliff Kingsbury. Look at what Cliff Kingsbury is doing right now with Jaden Daniels in Washington. So I feel like he should get another chance. I feel like he shouldn't get fired yet. We got to see more from him first.
Okay. I think now I had to play devil's advocate with this. And it was mainly it was to our good friend Graf, who also played devil's advocate. And it was, what if Tom Brady could bring Ben Johnson here? What if Ben Johnson can come here? What if Tom Brady, they're talking, which Tom Brady has He's talked highly of Ben Johnson's offense. If you could possibly get a Ben Johnson, I think this is my opinion, I'm moving on from AP because of what the issue that I seen transpired last season. And it was the offensive struggles. Now, would you clean house? I'll have to ask you guys this. Would you clean house completely? Because if you get rid of AP, are you getting rid of all the coaches, including Patrick Graham?
Nah.
No, I wouldn't. I'd keep Patrick Graham. He's a good coach.
Yeah, the homie Graham still got it. You know, feel me?
I
Yeah.
wish there was a world where you could have AP go back to linebacker coach, but there's no world where you can have that. There's no world you can have AP as the linebacker coach with Ben Johnson as a head coach. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, Leak AP had us fooled from last season, and it was really that Chiefs win. It was really that Chiefs win that really kind of bought us in. Like, oh, maybe AP can't be the head coach. Maybe we found our guy. And yep, we were fooled. We drank the Kool-Aid once again. But we're going to talk about the quarterbacks in a sec. Shedeur Sanders, Chippy wanted to bring him up. He had another great game today. He had 3 touchdown passes, 291 yards, 69.8 completion percentage,
Nice.
149.6 passer rating. He has been killing it this entire season as he has 21 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, passer rating of 165, 2,591 yards passing, 73.3 completion percentage. Chippy, sound off, man. How are you feeling about Shedeur and his, tweets after Raiders losses? Thank God. And even though it's Sunday, we thank God for giving us another day of breathing. But it was after every single loss the Raiders had. Shedeur Sanders is tweeting, "Thank God." The idea of Shedeur Sanders being here, Chippy, give me your thoughts.
I mean, he's somebody that wants to come here, just like Jaden Daniels was last year. I mean, it'll be good for our team. He's somebody that wants to be a Raider, and he learned from Brady already. Brady already has close connections with him, so I feel like he could, if he comes here, he'll fit in perfectly with the Raider way, I guess. But there's also a bunch of good quarterbacks in the draft right now.
And we're gonna talk about them. We got to put Nate on some game. I know he needs to get caught up on the quarterbacks coming out next season. And we're going to talk about offensive coordinators that possibly could work with Shedeur Sanders in this offense because we're going to be looking for an offensive coordinator. But Nate, give me your thoughts on Shedeur Sanders. Possibly, is he going to be a Raider next season? And if he is,
I'd have no freaking clue, man. You never know what the heck can happen, man. With these goofy ad coaches don't know how to draft, man. We over here drafting that Littlewood, man. Anyway, in terms of what you just said about him, right?
Go ahead.
You said another good week. When have we ever had a consistent quarterback, bro? Holy, we need that boy.
Hey, and the thing is, it's not, in the last season, even though the Buffaloes didn't have the season that a lot of people were hoping for with the start that they had, he had 27 touchdowns to 3 interceptions, and he passed 3,230 yards. Again, the passing yards isn't up there, and then also running in his rushing in the past 3 games. He had 9 carries today for 16 yards and a touchdown today. He's had 3 straight games with a rushing touchdown along with the passing touchdown. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that with Shedeur Sanders. This is what I'm talking about, what we talked about earlier. I'm willing to lose out if it makes us being able to lock up a top 3 pick. And then that guarantees you at getting Shedeur Sanders without having to trade up and have to sell some picks of next season. Or like you can get Shedeur Sanders, your rookie quarterback, while also still holding on to the rest of your picks and future picks. That's a plus in my eyes.
I mean, we ain't even trying. Like, the more that we play, like 2024 Raiders, is the better chance we get a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? 2024 Raiders, baby.
Yeah. Chippy, we'll start with you on this question. That Raiders fan, he says, which position would you guys take in the second?
Running back. We got to trade up. We got to get Ashton Janty from Boise State.
You think, bro? You think it can happen? I think that's a dream scenario that you lock up Shador Sanders and then possibly go get one of the best running backs to ever come out of the draft.
Or I think that we could go wide receiver and try and like sign a free agent running back also, because if, like he was talking about earlier, he mentioned maybe draft a wide receiver. There's a lot of good wide receivers coming out. Like there's an underrated later round wide receiver out of Stanford. His name's Alec Iomanner. He makes a lot of big plays for them, and he's really what their offensive identity is, because Stanford is not a good football team, but he's their best player they got. So we could go wide receiver or running back. I'm fine with either.
I think that's where I'm at too. Running back mainly for me, but again, like you said, they could possibly go in free agency, get a running back in free agency, and then draft a wide receiver in the second round. But yeah, I think running back, wide receiver, those are the two positions that I would attack in the second round. And it honestly is going to depend on how the board is flowing at that point. Nate, what position are you hitting on?
Is there like any good linemen, like for sure? I'm gonna take you type lineman.
I mean, yeah, you could.
I was like, holy man,
Like
we
you
the
could get an
opposite.
offensive lineman in the third round. There's some good linemen that could even last into the third round.
Oh, so
I know.
like
Shout out to our guy East Coast Gridiron. He was putting a name out there. I have to go back and watch what name that was, and then start doing my research on that. But yeah, he said there's a late round offensive lineman that he can swing from tackle and play, or he can go from tackle and guard. He can play guard and tackle, whichever you need him.
there's no
He's
Joe
very
Alt on
versatile.
this one. There's no
Huh?
Joe Alt Jr. in this one.
Yeah, no. I
Damn.
mean, there probably is, but we're not looking at linemen in the first round. We're looking at quarterback.
Oh,
So,
I'm talking about second, but
second round. Yeah, no.
damn.
I mean, bro, Joe Alt is literally
I'm just
deleting.
thinking about anything that would help this stupid offense, bro.
But again, I wanted to touch on what East Coast Gridiron said. He also brought up two quarterback names that a lot of people probably are not talking about. Maybe this one quarterback they are, but this one from Oregon, they're not.
Dylan Gabriel.
East Coast Gridiron was putting Dylan Gabriel on the map, and a lot of people don't want him because of his size. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds. But
6 foot, that was a midget.
hey, but here's what's crazy. I just got a Yahoo Sports alert, like right when we started the live, and it said Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel becomes all-time FBS touchdown leader with 179 passing touchdowns. Oregon quarterback Dylan Gabriel became the all-time FBS leader in touchdowns with 179, with his second touchdown pass in Saturday's matchup against Maryland. Gabriel surpassed Case Keenum, who previously held the record.
A legend.
Yeah, he's a legend. He's a legend in college. This year, he has a 74.8 completion percentage, 19 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. In his last 3 games, he's had 2 rushing touchdowns. He's ran for 3 carries against Michigan, 23 yards. Illinois, 3 carries, 5 yards. His game today, I don't see his stats today or running stats. Oh, here we go. Let me go full splits. But yeah, he had 2 touchdowns passing today. And then let me see. Yeah, I still can't find it. Okay. Might just have to go to game log. Let me see. Okay.
That boy's
I guess it's not popping up. It's not popping up because they said against Maryland and it's still showing Michigan game. But Chippy, talk about Dylan Gabriel, man. You pointed out like you know about him. Give me your thoughts on Dylan Gabriel, the Oregon quarterback.
He might be short, but he's a really good quarterback. He's smart. I mean, he's a little older, but kind of like how Bo Nix was. But he's a lefty, so it'll be different. We'll have to adjust to that. But I feel like he'd be a great pick. Another good person, too, in my opinion, would be like a Jalen Milroe or a Cam Ward. Even though Cam Ward lost today, he's still a really good quarterback. We've seen how he plays. Still a Heisman candidate. So, I don't know.
That's a good. I gotta send you some film on Dylan Gabriel though. Nate, but just looking at those stats, yeah, the measurables, he's 6 foot, 200 pounds. I mean, when you hear that, are you excited about a Dylan Gabriel? Just based off the stats, based off his measurables.
Mm, I don't know. He would have to really like be talented with that type size. You know what I'm saying? Because like usually them little guys, little Bryce Young, little Kyler Murray ain't do shit, man.
Another quarterback is the Indiana quarterback. Curtis Rourke is another quarterback that East Coast Gridiron brought up. Today against Michigan, he had 2 touchdowns, 206 passing yards, 60.87 completion percentage, 138.9 passer rating. He did have 1 interception today. His longest pass of the day was a 41-yard pass. He has 19 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. And he has 21 touchdowns, my bad. 21 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. And he has about 2,400 yards passing. Are you familiar with this quarterback, Chippy? Curtis Rourke, Indiana quarterback?
Barely heard of him, but I know Indiana's a pretty good football team this year, so
yeah, they've been killing it. I know I got to do my homework on Curtis Rourke some more. I thought you had some info on him, but yeah, we're gonna definitely do our homework on Curtis Rourke. Orlando says I can play running back. I'll just spare behind our O line. Speaking of which, how did you guys want to attack the offensive line? I want to get your thoughts on that. How would you guys attack the offensive line come free agency or the draft?
Man, I mean, isn't JPJ doing fine at under center?
He is. That's why. Here's how I would do it. I will put Mumford at left tackle, even though homeboy got killed against the Bengals on Sunday. He got murdered.
Oh no, leave it. Yeah, he's doing.
I will put Mumford at left.
Yeah.
I would put Parham at left guard, JPJ at center, sign a right guard in free agency while also drafting a guard, and then having DJ Glaze at right tackle.
What about Colton Miller?
I think if you can get some offers for Colton Miller in the trade, you trade him away. And Chippy's giving me that look like he's like disagreeing with me. That's okay, bro. Hey, we got time to debate. I think Cole Miller, his best days are behind him. That shoulder injury, it seems that it has very, very made him regress. And I just think it's time to get young. It's time to get young. We've seen what Mumford can do in there. I know he had a bad game against Cincinnati, but he's a young player. He will develop and he will get better. We see what DJ Glaze is doing at right tackle, and he is killing it. He is putting his own at the right tackle position. I mean, that's why I am moving to Mumford to left tackle. I think I would rather go with Mumford than an injured Colton Miller, who's not 100%.
I see where you're coming from on there. I mean, if we could get like a late second or like a early third for Colton and maybe like other years draft picks too, I feel like you said, maybe we should just trade him and get young.
And then, I thought we were going to be getting offers prior to the trade deadline. I thought we would move on from him, but apparently we didn't. I wouldn't see if you can put him on the trade, but I don't know if this is his last year in his contract. If you could put him on the trade block, and if someone's offering a 3rd, 4th round pick, I'm taking it. I'm moving on from Colton. And it's like the Raiders fan said here, Colton Miller has always been average. He gets bullied against top pass rushers, which brings me, why do we still have Andre James? Like, it took for him to get, like, hey, prayers up to Andre James. I hope a speedy recovery, but it took him getting injured for us to finally see that JPJ needed to be at the center position.
Bro, it took him about 17,000 penalties for his ass to get moved down, bro.
Yeah, but his issue was the same thing like Colton, in my opinion. He would get bullied against top defensive tackles, top nose tackles. He would just get pushed right into the quarterback's lap. And he's 6, and his measurables for a center isn't the best that you would hope. He's 6'4". I believe he's like 210, or let me see, not 210. He's light for a center. Let me see. He's in the 200s. Let me see. I said 210 like an idiot. Let me see. He's 300 pounds. And then when you put JPJ, he's 6'4", 300 pounds. Let me put Jackson.
6'4", man. I could really become a lineman.
300 pounds. And then Jackson Powers Johnson,
Ain't
he's
that little
6'3",
short?
but he's 328 pounds. So Jackson Powers Johnson is bigger, and beefier than Andre James. Like that's what I want in the center as the center position. I want a bully at the center position. And I'm telling you right now, I do not want Andre James back here. I don't want him as a backup. I don't want him on the practice squad. He needs to get cut once the season is a wrap.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I feel like he's never been that good for us, ever. I don't know why we had him in.
I don't know why we signed him. I don't know why we re-signed him. Like I was saying on shows that this is the one guy that should get, let go and that I would be okay with. And then when he got re-signed, I was pissed. I was like, why are we bringing him back? And shout out to our guy Johnson. He brought up to me that, we didn't think JPJ will fall that far into the second round. I'm like, I get that, but I just think you could have found better than bringing Andre James back.
Now he sucks.
But other than that, you guys, I mean, the bye week's been kind of slow. We haven't had much.
It's been better than a game.
We have no game tomorrow, but we will be back previewing or getting ready for Miami.
Bro, the bye week has more action than our offense.
hey, it will. You see this primetime lineup they got? Bro,
man,
was a lot. Hey, some people's fantasy season saved too. CMC back.
Yes, sir.
CMC back. Nico Collins back.
Yeah, I know. I
thought he just got
CMC in the free league. So
I think Nico just got put on IR though.
No, Nico's back.
Wait, Nico Collins?
Yeah, Nico Collins is back.
Bro,
I swear they just. I swear they just.
I have them both.
No, I swear that they just got put on IR though.
No,
Nico did, but that was like 3 weeks ago.
Texans activate wide receiver Nico Collins to play week
10. Texans to the Super Bowl. Texans to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah.
Wait, I think I gotta activate him from. Yeah, I'll do that later. That Raiders fan said to his defense, he was an unseeded and was a guard back in college, his natural position. But yeah, he's a goner. Orlando Padilla says, at least we can't lose the game tomorrow. Hey, don't say that. We might be the first team to lose against a bye week. we might just be that.
I mean, what's new, bro?
That Raiders fan, how about Mumford being put on his ass? Shit was absolutely disgusting. That Raiders fan, yeah, that was. Did you guys see that? Him getting bullied by a Hendrickson?
Yeah.
Getting put like at the snap, just getting bulldozed. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like this offensive line has been horrible all year long. I want to ask you guys this. Do you guys think the coaching changes are going to fix the offense?
No, a quarterback.
No. Our offensive coordinator coaching changes will help the offense for sure because we don't even know what we're calling anymore. I feel like we just go out there and tell the running back to run the ball, and then we lose the yards, and then Gardner Minshew just fumbles the ball. That's what I'd be watching every week.
Yeah, Nate, your thought. Well, hold on. I'm going back to Chippy. What if they start Desmond Ridder?
I feel like it'll be different. We'd have Ridder can run the football too, so I feel like that we'd have more QB runs mixed in, and but yeah, we need to stop running the ball every damn play. We need to stop running the ball every damn play.
Yeah, Nate. Nate, go ahead. Comment on it, bro.
Bro, we throwing picks every game, man. Bro, do not pick him up in fantasy whatsoever. I know people be dropping Dak. You know what I'm saying? Don't drop Dak for Ridder. Don't do that.
Dak's out for the season.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Don't drop Dak for a Raider. Drop Dak for somebody else. But yeah, he sucks.
Drop Dak for Will Levis at this point.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that Raiders fan. How old were you guys when North Turner was our coach? Hold on. 99, 2001, 2. I think I was 5 or 6 years old.
I wasn't even alive.
What is this? 05?
Yeah, 04 through 05. Or 05 and or 04 and 05, I think.
I
I was like 5 or 6.
You know what I've
I
been
was
hearing?
I was 2.
Bro, we weren't even old enough to remember North Turner.
Yeah, I don't
I wasn't
remember.
even alive.
God damn you. Oh my god. Anyway.
Orlando, it's all love, bro. Hey, he unked though. Hey, you're not gonna catch him on the Instagram live though.
I'm weak.
Hey, but other than that, Chippy, we gotta do this again, man. We gotta try to make this a regular thing, bringing you on live.
Yeah.
And Nate, are you available for Monday at 5:00 or 5:30? I think it's. Let me see.
Let me see. Because that's the day that I'm packing. Hold on.
Wait, where are you going again?
I'm going to LA.
What are you going to LA for?
Vacay. What time you said for Monday?
5:00.
You want to do same time as now? I'll be off at 5:30.
At 5:30?
Yeah.
I could probably do
Or is
6.
that too late?
No, I'll see. We'll have to talk more. We'll have to talk more. We got some special guests pulling up Monday night. Again, talk about basically a week in review. Talk about the first half of the season, and then we're gonna start previewing our Miami game.
That day, I wanna talk what happens with that Sunday night football game.
All right, I mean, hey, we can talk football too. We can make it a football day. But other than that, anything else you guys want to leave off of? We're about to get out of here. Guys, if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, and hit that bell so you guys don't miss anything that we got going on here. Also, follow us on the socials. That way you guys can be up to date with everything that we drop, whether it's a live show, whether it's a short video. We will be posting it to the Instagram, to the X account. You guys got anything else to finish off of?
Nah.
All right, well, we're gonna get out of here. You guys have a great rest of your Saturday night. We'll see you Monday night. Stay tuned again. Follow us on the socials. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell. We're gonna be on live Monday night. We got special guests pulling up. You guys are not gonna want to miss.
This is fire though. I can't lie.
No, I appreciate it. We are out of here. See you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace, man. Oh.